Stratford, informs us the man on the sofa. That his father was the mayor or bailiff of Stratford, that gave Shakespeare the right to go to the grammar school here in Stratford. That school had pupils who were tutored by Oxford graduates. We know the names of the teachers, and that the grammar school's curriculum at Shakespeare's time was a training in literature. It was a training in rhetoric and oratory. Pupils had to learn Latin, they had to listen to Latin, they had to speak Latin all the time while they were at school, and the books they studied were books like Ovid's Metamorphoses, Cicero's writings, Quintilian, the Latin playwrights like Plautus and Terence. The King's new school enjoyed, no doubt, a good reputation, even though the 10-hour day must have been tedious and boring. As described in Bill Bryson's entertaining and refreshing, though not particularly factual, biography of Shakespeare. The son of the glove-maker learned how to make convincing speeches in Latin, assuming, of course, that he attended the school at all. Even the guardian of the Grail, Professor Stanley Wells, has to admit, we have no lists of pupils, of any pupils who went to the grammar school in Shakespeare's time. So there is no mystery that he is not listed as a pupil in the grammar school. Nobody else is, but it must have had pupils. Nobody is going to maintain, out of pure spite, that the immortal bard didn't attend Stratford's illustrious institution of higher education. But is it all that convincing? There is an interesting quote to be read from William Beeston, born circa 1605, died 1682. The son of Christopher Beeston, a colleague of Will Shakespeare of Stratford from the days when both were members of the Lord Chamberlain's acting company. He said of Shakespeare that he was, quote, the more to be admired because he was not a company keeper, lived in Shoreditch, wouldn't be debauched, and if invited to write, he was in pain. End quote. Aubrey's Brief Lives, 1898 edition. There is a kindred sentence set down by John Ward on becoming rector of the Stratford Church in 1662. I have heard, Ward wrote, that Mr. Shakespeare was a natural wit without any art at all. Diary of the Reverend John Ward, extending from 1648 to 1679, London, 1839. It is not certain that Will Shakespeare, or Shake-Speare, the actor, was enrolled in the grammar school, nor is it certain, assuming such an enrollment took place, that he continued to attend the grammar school after his father's removal from public office in 1576. However, the question that concerns us most is, could the grammar school at Stratford have provided him with the education required to be fluent in Italian, French, and Spanish at the age of 14? The author, to call him so, was well acquainted with the following Italian works, which had not been translated into English during Shakespeare's lifetime. Bernardo Accolti, La Virginia, All's Well That Ends Well. Matteo Bandello, La Novella, Volume 1, Chapter 22, Much Ado About Nothing, A Winter's Tale. Matteo Bandello, La Novella, Volume 2, Chapter 36, Two Gentlemen of Verona, Twelfth Night. Giovanni Boccaccio, The Decameron, Volume 3, Chapter 3, Measure for Measure. Giovanni Boccaccio, The Decameron, Volume 2, Chapter 9, Cymbeline. Giordano Bruno, Il Candelaio, Love's Labour's Lost. Giraldi Cinthio, Glee Hecatomati, Volume 3, Chapter 7, Othello. Giraldi Cinthio, Glee Hecatomati, Volume 5, Chapter 8, Twelfth Night. Ser Giovanni Fiorentino, Il Pecorone, Volume 4, Chapter 1, The Merchant of Venice. Giovanni Francesco Straparola, Le Piacevoli Noci, Taming of the Shrew. Giorgio Vasari, La Vite depuis Excellente Pittori, A Winter's Tale. The author had also read Dante and Petrarca, along with the French poets Sallust du Bartas and Pierre de Ronsard. He distilled Hamlet from a piece from François de Belferet, 1576 edition, and he didn't need to wait for John Florio to translate the essays of Michel de Montaigne.